Hey y'all, this is Moni.
And this is Kat.
Hey Kat. And this is the Fake Ass Book Club. Wait, can we both say it or no?
So welcome back to the show, you guys. It's your girl, Moni.
And this is Kat.
Hey, Kat.
Hey, Moni.
Oh my gosh, so we're on the road today. Guys, if you're watching on YouTube, you'll notice we're not in our home studio, which means one thing. We've got a guest today. And because our guest is so, I feel like y'all, if you're new here, we go on tangents. So I want to do the introduction of the book we're going to read today, and then do our dedication. And then we're going to introduce our guest so we can just get right into the show. So this week we are not fake, friend. We actually have a real book because, as you guys know, I know. It's about listen, it's been summer, and we've been doing our best, but we had a really good reason to read a book because it's like, okay, if we're gonna have a guest, it's nice to actually have the book. So the book that you picked this week was, you said it was everywhere on the internet. The internet basically gave you this book, so which was great. We're always looking for recommendations, but it's Kin. And I'm going to give you guys a little bit about this book. So, Kin. It's a historical fiction novel by Tayari Jones. It follows the lives of Annie and Vernice, two black girls living in the South in the mid-20th century. Annie's mother leaves her shortly after she's born, while Vernice's parents die when she's 6 months old. Annie and Vernice's lifelong bond endures as they navigate the complexities of adulthood. Vernice goes to Spelman College, where she learns about wealth, social dynamics, and the civil rights movement, while Annie searches for her mother in Memphis, Tennessee, and struggles to find her place in the world. Through these stories, the novel explores many themes, including the psychological impact of maternal absence, black women's struggle for upward mobility, and the search for belonging and self-determination, amongst other things. This book had a lot of themes. So, yeah, so I'm really excited. And so, if you have the stats on the book, can you share? Or not the stats, but about the author?
Oh, yeah.
About our wonderful author.
Our
real quick?
author.
Yes.
Tayari Jones. She's a New York Times bestselling author. And then she published in 2006 this Oprah's book club suggestion that we're doing, Kin. She's a 2021 Guggenheim Fellow. She's a graduate of Spelman College and the University of Iowa, Arizona State, and she is an Andrew D. White Professor at Large at Cornell. So she's fancy.
Official.
Fancy pants.
Yes.
And she's Moni Jones's older sister.
Who?
Do you know who Moni Jones is?
I don't.
Okay, so Moni Jones,
yeah.
I love it when I know something nobody else knows.
We know this about you, friend. Why don't you tell us?
I just learned this today, so I'm so knowledgeable.
God, this is
We're all learning
exciting.
today. But Moni Jones is, he's a sports, I think, he has a podcast,
Okay.
now with Moni Jones or something like that. He's one of the non-toxic sports guys.
Oh, nice.
Yes, so
Very
that's why I
nice.
know who Moni Jones is.
Oh, I think, okay. Yes.
See,
It's
I'm
coming back
jogging your
to me
memory a little bit.
From social media. I've seen some of the
But
clips.
he's
Yes.
and I was like, oh my goodness. So whoever raised them had the
Wow.
sauce.
They were doing it right.
That's amazing.
And so that's Tayari Jones for you.
I love that. So I'm excited to get into the book. The audio book was about 11 hours?
Yeah, it was meaty.
We had to get through it. It was almost 400 pages. If you actually read the book, which we don't have time to do. Stop playing. So, but with that though, really quickly, you guys, since you know about our topic, you know about the book and our author, let's do our dedication so you guys can get to know our guest really quick. Okay, so hands over your hearts, everyone. Today and every day, we want to dedicate this episode to our patrons. Thank you so much for your continued support. If you guys are interested in becoming a patron and supporting a Black business, some ladies, pop over to the Fab Podcast /Patreon, where we have ad-free episodes. We have bonus content. You guys pop over there and see us get loose a little bit. And then also, I want to dedicate this episode to the idea of kin and kinship, wherever you may find it, whether it's your actual family or the family you find along the way. Super important. Let's see, what is today? I don't know what's coming up. I think that's it, friend. What about you?
Yes, and great dedication. My dedication this week is going out to all the educators and instructors. This has been a heavy, this is technically second week back to school, but this is the first full week back in school. And it takes so much energy and unspoken work. And I did the Meet the Teacher night at my daughter's school, and it just really makes me appreciate how much work these people are doing. things. So this episode's it's just the profession that makes every profession possible. So it's really important. So yeah.
I like that. Excellent. Okay. So dedication over you guys. All right. So this is the exciting part because we do have a guest today. So we have Jennifer Magley, and I'm going to let her give an intro of her own self because, like, honestly, looking at her, I was like, this is comically good. Like, this is not even real life. It's like if I was making up a fake, like, whole bio, it's like, yes, everybody here is fabulous, including me. I've done all the things. So just share with our audience who you are and what's going on.
Yeah, I'm mostly known for being a middle-aged Midwestern melanated mom from the middle of nowhere.
Ooh, alliteration, guys.
I like that.
Hey. And for the last 365 days, I've been on season 2 of a quest to land on 100 stages. And thank you all for having me today. This is stage 95.
Oh, you're getting it now.
Yeah,
Sis,
well,
let's go.
This is going to be so much fun. I go off to the state fair afterwards to introduce a clown musical group. We ain't playing with them. They've been in business for 50 years.
Wow.
Milking a cow. Yeah, it's been wild. So everything from Drewski audition to New York City Fashion Week and to the State Fair. We've done it all. And the reason why I've wanted to do this is because you just don't see us everywhere. You don't see us winning a shrimp cocktail eating competition in front of a packed house.
We do now.
We do now. You don't see us doing roller derby. I didn't know how to
Hey,
skate.
what?
And I went out, learned how to skate. So I just wanted to show, what it meant to show up in different places, unexpected spaces.
I love that.
So that's a little
I
bit
feel like
about
you're probably
me.
great at it. You're a natural athlete.
Oh, I'm awful. I am awful at skating. Awful. I don't know how Usher does it. I don't know how everybody in town does it.
Everybody, yes, skate
I
culture
mean,
in Indy goes hard.
Skateland goes very hard.
yeah.
Skating and also the bouncing workouts. Have you seen them with the shoes?
Oh, I have
You know what I'm
seen
talking
that. Yes,
about?
I
Wait,
sure do.
I did.
Yes,
They're like
you do.
adjacent.
Yeah.
They're like
Yes.
skater bounce. It's like a
Wow.
whole thing. And I think it's the hip sockets. But no, I'm like a giraffe on ice out
Oh
there.
my gosh.
It's awful.
Well, because the thing you did mention was you like coached and played tennis.
Girl,
Oh, yeah, I
thank you.
played
I'm
a-
about to
which
say,
is-
hold on now.
For people who don't know,
That's
I
not
played
what she's
tennis
known for.
twice because it was hard.
Yeah. I played tennis. I was a professional athlete, Division I head coach. We won a national championship, and I played professionally.
Beautiful.
So it's fun. I feel like all of us, we've had many, many lives and have contributed as a writer to Forbes, paid writer in Revolt, and was just featured in Sports Illustrated. So I'm proud of all those things, and it's fun. But yeah, I've had 2 books too that I've written. So I've been on the other side of this. But I read a lot of books. I'm a big nerd. So I'm like
Yes, we
5
are
to 10 books a
too.
month. So,
I love this.
and my sister-in-law is like
beating us.
100 a year. So I'm at 32, and she's already at 100.
Oh,
That's
well,
awesome.
Yeah,
her.
is that amazing?
Well, this is a fake ass
Churning.
book club. We tried. we tried.
We tried.
I
We
love
try to be
it.
like you, but yeah. Because
No,
how
I
many
love
books
it.
did we read last year? Was it?
It's going down.
Is
I
it
feel like our
28?
goal was. I
Was
think
it
our
28
highest
or
was 28.
Yeah.
It was
Which
somewhere in
is
there,
Pretty
which is
good
good for
because we do
us.
52 episodes, so
Okay.
that's more than
Okay.
half.
Yeah.
We trying to get it in there. We definitely do. And I think what was super impressive about you in relation to this book, because I was already like, okay, who is she in this book? Like, who does she relate to? Those kinds of things. But like the kind of tenacity you have to and the resilience to reinvent yourself. So I
Oh, yeah.
cannot wait to really like dig into it. But first, though, before Kat, you have to do the thing you do that they know about.
What? Oh, the breakdown.
Yes, so
Oh.
we usually just do like a quick spoiler alerts. Okay, we actually do spoil the book. I know that's just what happens.
Yeah, that's what you do at a book club. You talk
I mean,
about
we
the
talking
book.
about the book.
Talk
I
about
feel
the
like
book.
so many online reviews don't spoil, and it drives me crazy because I'm like, how can we talk about this? I'm like, who's really reading these, like watching these reviews who haven't watched the book and care about spoilers?
I don't know, but just so you guys know, if you care about this, come back after you've read the book. How about
Yeah.
that? So, because we're going to get into it. So, Kat's going to do like a thematic plot breakdown of the story, just so you guys have a general idea about the story, and then we can kind of dig into it.
With the help of Google Gemini.
Amen.
'Cause There was a
AI is our
lot.
friend.
There was a lot going on here.
Yeah.
So we're starting with our 2 main protagonists, Vernice Nisi and Annie K. 2 cradle friends born days apart in 1940s Honeysuckle, Louisiana. who grew up motherless and navigate diverging paths in the middle century American South before tragic convergence. So their shared beginnings is that they're basically trauma bonding. Like
Yes, it is big time.
Yeah, and they have this huge void that they're trying to overcome. But Vernice was assisted by her aunt Irene, raised by her, and Aunt Irene was tried to hoist Vernice on Annie K's grandmother, who was raising Annie K because her mama was trifling and just cut out.
Hate to see it.
Really love that deep dive into the
did
word
the
trifling.
I know.
Because I remember when I discovered that word. I remember that too because I'm like, trifling.
Literally.
I'm like, I'm like, what is this all about? But yeah, it takes some living to
It's
know
not
what trifling
good
is all about.
if you don't know. It's not
Yeah,
great. You don't want to be
a lot of
it.
trifling people in my life growing up. So when I got older, I really understood. It's like, oh, that's trifling.
That's amazing.
That is nice.
Yeah. Okay. And then there's also desperation. Like that's heavy, heavy, heavy. So we have Vernice's ascent. At 18, Vernice finally leaves Louisiana and attends Spelman College, which my daughter went to this summer. Yeah, she did a program there. So that was like an extra level for me too, because I was like, oh, I know how the culture is.
You know how go. Yeah, for sure.
Which is great. It's excellent.
Yeah.
But also it's like, a lot of stuff been going down. So she entered a structured world of the affluent, educated Black social elite and married Franklin McHenry, a lawyer, though privately harboring a complicated feelings for her college roommate, Joette. Y'all, they were doing it.
They sure
And
were.
then for Annie, she was more restless and consumed by the need to find her birth mother. And she heads to Memphis, Tennessee, and her journey exposes her to a harsher life of peril. And it was more trifling, for sure, than Vernice's ascent. Also, Vernice very specifically lost her mother by her father killing her mother when she was like just 4 months old.
That's crazy.
So that's brutal. But as Joette said, it happens more than you think. So basically, when they finally meet back together, Annie is still so obsessed with finding her mama that her man, Bobo was like, I love you, but I gotta go.
I bid you adieu. It's
Madam,
like,
I
dang.
wasn't even totally mad at Bobo,
Yeah.
but yeah, they had to go. So she ends up having an affair with her married boss, getting knocked up, fighting his wife, and then having to double back to a brothel she worked at as a maid for a while to try to get some illegal health care. And
or the full spectrum of gynecological
the full spectrum of gynecological care
that we are owed.
And she she was shortchanged in that area and ended up going back to Vernice's house and internally bleeding out. But not before we find out that she actually did find her mom, trifling as advertised, started a whole new family, named her new child Annie K, and completely replaced her. That was brutal. And the book kind of ends with Vernice having to face like the truth of her life because she wants to bury Annie with some dignity, but they can't have a scandal because Black social elite. So she has to basically go to Joette, whose family are undertakers, and been like, hey, I need you to handle this for me and keep it quiet. She's like, I will, but I'm going to need you to come out and tell people what we were really about. You got to pay a real price if you want to have some dignity in this life. Ooh. And so she, and we kind of end with her telling her husband.
Yeah. So there it is, guys.
Yeah, that's the whole book in a nutshell.
Yeah. So I don't know where you want to start because I mean, like, I want to start with Jennifer too because. Well, I'm curious to know what your general feelings were, like, just after reading the book overall. Like, what did you think?
You know, this is hard for me because I know y'all love the book and everybody loves the book, but it wasn't for me.
It was brutal for you.
No, it wasn't for me.
What?
This book was not for me.
No, brutal, meaning like hard to read?
No, not for me. Not for me.
Okay.
I know.
Okay,
I know.
So say more.
Shocking.
Say more.
Everybody loves this book,
Please,
and
this is
she's
always
and
good.
again,
This
this
is
is not like I am not saying I am on the level of any, incredible author. I wanted more reflection.
Okay.
from the characters.
Okay.
So if plot is what happens, story is how it changes us. I saw no transformation.
Ooh.
I saw a bunch of plot points from the 50s on.
So you don't think there was like a hero's arc?
I
Right.
thought there was almost no arc.
Oh,
I felt that. So I don't know what the word is for books that there's not a strong driving plot line.
Okay.
But these books are more. It's not even necessarily coming of age.
No, it
It's,
kind of, but
You
not,
know,
yeah.
This is a kind of a trend right now of having novels where things happened, but no one evolved. To me,
Okay.
so that was kind of my.
Well, with you saying that,
Yeah.
okay, so let's talk about Vernice first, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, like, if she started off as an abandoned young lady, like looking for parents and stuff like that, and then eventually sort of going off to college and stuff like that, when you say it like that, it's like, yeah, I mean, she really like was made in the end. Like, she had to be pushed to even say like who she was. You know what I mean? To really like live in the truth of the authenticity of like who she was and stuff like that. And at the same time, I feel like that happens a lot, especially to Black people trying to ascend to certain spaces. You know what I mean? Like, you're being asked to put yourself aside to become this character of what success is or what your life is supposed to look like, especially with zero guidance from, you know what I mean, like maternal figures and stuff like that.
I just think, like, for example, when you take up and have a sexual relationship with your roommate, we don't get anything else of her thoughts about that. Like, we
like
don't
internal dialogue about
we
how it
got
made her
no
felt or anything.
reflection about.
yeah. She just pushes that aside and it's just
Yeah,
like
Completely.
stepping
like,
off into
it's-
my new life. She's
right?
like, girl, that
you know,
was
or even like after the first time, like there was no like real dive into the intimacy. I don't mean sexual
Sure.
details, but what did the feeling of Joette conjure up like within her? And why did Joette feel like a safe place? And who could she really be when she was with Joette? I just felt that it was very like they're doing their thing, close the door.
Okay,
And we
topical. if
we
you will,
weren't
yeah.
even really brought into the why of Joette.
Okay,
It was insinuated through the aunts, but
sure.
you know.
I got the feeling that Joette was probably more invested than Vernice was. I get the feeling like she
Oh,
was
100%.
in love with her, and Joette just
Agreed.
saw this as a fling and something that she can just bury and put in the past, and something that was safe to do that wouldn't get her pregnant. Like, I
That
think
part
for
too.
'Cause of
her
the
that
phobic with
was
the men.
yeah. I think she
Yeah.
what was her mother-in-law's name?
Oh gosh.
Oh,
Mrs. Henry.
Yeah, Mrs. Henry. That'll be
Henry.
good.
That's
Yeah,
pretty much
she
how
was
she
something
lived in
else.
my head, because she, to me, was a fascinating figure. But I think when she said to her, "My son's not going to kill you," like that broke down a like barrier in her head of where it's like, oh yeah, I've always been worried about that happening. Thank you for saying that, even though I'm not even sure that's true. But
Yeah.
I think the fact that the fact that he had a physical ailment was a selling point to her, because even hurting her would be something of an obstacle. Like, I can outrun you
That part.
if I had to.
That is
Yeah.
wow. Yeah.
When it came down to it. So yeah, I can see how that could be,
it's a controversial take. You know, Obama loved this book. Oprah loves this book. But Oprah also
great.
loves books that are in the past, a lot of them. She loves this
Well,
era.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
a Southern
And,
guy. I feel
you
like
know.
these books hit for me because it reminded me a lot of The Color Purple, and it reminded me a lot of The Secret Life of Church Ladies.
Ooh, yeah. That was
When
good.
because there was a whole short story about a JL who, have you read this?
I haven't read that one.
Okay, so this one was about a young girl who's basically going through the trauma of seeing her father murder her mother, because it happens more than you think. And so I was like, I like that we are, kind of talking about the fallout of that, because I remember when I was going through my divorce, there was like a couple in my community where that happened. And I remember thinking, it's like, you have to be so careful
Yeah.
in these breakups, like how that's like the most dangerous, other than being pregnant. It's probably the most dangerous part of any woman's life is when she's trying to leave a relationship. And that, and why, when people are like, oh, why didn't she leave? Why didn't she leave? It's like, because a lot of times this is what happens when you try to leave.
Stockholm syndrome for sure.
Well, yeah, or you're afraid of being murdered or having your kids murdered.
there's that.
Yeah, like that's a
that little old thing,
yeah,
Jennifer.
like
you know.
there's that.
that's a real possibility. Like some people are saying, just for survival.
Yeah.
So that's why one of the reasons the book hit for me.
Okay, so let's talk about Annie.
Okay.
So Annie is like chasing her mom. Like this was kind of painful though. This is okay. So the persistence of like being the kind of person who's willing to. I mean, you got people in front of you who love you, who are holding you down. Like you have a life. You could be happy, but you can't be in the moment of your life because you are chasing this idea of who your mom is, or thinking that like, okay, if I just meet my mom, this thing's gonna happen. So it made me think too, like as somebody who is like, I mean, played sports at a professional level, you know, you do the coaching, you're an author, like you have all of this stuff, and it takes a certain amount of tenacity. Like when you're thinking about the goals that you're setting for yourself, like is there ever a point where you reach a goal and then it's like everything you thought it was gonna be? Like I feel like people are a little bit disconnected from, you know, like we put these ideas up there and we're like, okay, as soon as I do this, this is gonna make me whole. But like if you've ever really accomplished anything in life, you know that there's just gonna be this next thing. Or maybe it's not as fulfilling. Like, is this something that you can relate to? Or
Yeah, like as I saw the book and I knew when I told y'all, like, this book isn't for me, I'm like, they're gonna be like, the mood's gonna go.
It's like, that's it, Jennifer. I quit the podcast.
what? Like, hey, no ma'am.
I hate to say
No,
it, but I'm like,
ma'am.
this
No,
isn't for me.
and to be truthful,
You
people
know, it
like
was
that
it was a
episode.
slow. It was slow.
The people like it when we hate the book.
No,
Those
and I
are
didn't
most
hate it.
popular
You know,
books.
yeah, and I
well,
don't
no,
like.
maybe you should. Like,
you need to for the ratings, please. Just say you hate it.
And I love
Just
Obama
saying.
and Oprah. I love you. You know, we went on a cruise together in Alaska. You, us, and
Yes.
Gail, and you know, hundreds of other people. But I love I love it, and I love the author and the work they've done. But for me, I mean, when we talk about Annie,
oh, so wait, you've read some of their other books?
no, I've heard.
Oh, okay.
I've
okay,
heard,
okay.
and I love I'm a big accolades person, so she got all the accolades.
Yeah.
It's amazing,
Oh, yeah.
you know. But in regards to Annie, in regards to sports, and you know, striving, never arriving,
Yes.
I have another. I don't know, not hot take, but unusual take.
Let's hear it.
I think that sports is undiagnosed obsessive compulsive disorder.
Oh, thank you for saying that.
No, I
And so
know.
to me, like, yes, there's the trauma of Annie not having her mother, but really what we were reading were they're intrusives. Right? I mean, they're just like, this is a cow path.
taking over.
And
like
this is just, she's just, and again, if it was sports, she would be excellent at something. But but since it's that,
Misdirected.
we call it something else.
yeah.
And we call it trauma, or we call it stuck. But you know,
interesting.
if she was obsessed with trains, we would say she's got a little spicy brain.
Yeah.
But since it's her mom, somehow we respect it more. When in reality, this is someone who didn't want to face again the intimacy of herself and with her partner. And had a very external life. And I still think that there was so much there that we didn't know about the characters. And maybe that was intentional so that we could all cast our own trauma and our own story
That's true, yeah.
on them, you know, kind of like hangers when they come down for Fashion Week, the models.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe-
It's like-
maybe
it's like,
that's-
yeah, it's like,
maybe
don't
that's
talk.
why.
We'll just look at you and project things on you.
Right. Like,
Yeah.
you know, Hitchcock never showed the horror actually happening. And I do like when they don't show the monster. So maybe this was the tactic with the book, if I'm looking for a deeper,
Meaning or something. from-
reason why we didn't get that. And the abrupt ending of the book, I think that's the number one critique I read online that people didn't
were like,
either, which we
"What?"
It's
could
like it's just over.
which we will get to. Yeah. So it was
Yeah.
just kind of like, 11 hours and okay.
Yeah,
We're done.
We're done now.
You know.
I guess for me too, Annie, it was like, what are we really chasing? I guess that's the question, because that's the kind of thing that like I would ask.
Well, I have a thing because for Annie, I think she was just too self-absorbed. Like that was her biggest thing because she never thought about how much pain she caused to her grandmother by leaving, even though she knows the biggest pain in her life was caused by someone in her life leaving
Constant
without
leaving.
explanation. That was a little bit because Annie to me was a harder character to like. I think Vernice was a little more, I don't know. palatable, maybe.
I love that whorehouse Annie.
The Whorehouse Annie, that was a great
I'm
section
getting
of
there.
life.
Whorehouse Annie. I mean, that was so exciting. I was like, I don't hear about getting some dorm sheets and
What's
some
going on?
getting kicked off the bus. and
Wow.
It's like, okay, like,
Yeah.
all right. Like, again, this era to me is more specific to creating because it's world creation.
Yeah.
So instead of like, sci-fi or something else that's speculative fiction where you have to create the world, we all go into this knowing the rules of this world. And so that's why I'm kind of like, okay, kicked off the bus. It was a little opaque. And I was that to interject. I just loved Annie's because it was more exciting to me.
Right, it was like more stuff going on.
Yeah, like I've never seen
She
this
was boring,
part,
though. Like,
part
yeah,
of
it
that
was-
era.
Okay.
We know this Jim Crow, like, okay, slap around, and no, I leave my bags, and I gotta get my bags, and oh, we got a white passing person, get our bags. To me, I was like, that juice, that tea was some hates, some ghosts.
The Haints was cool.
A foreshadowing with the abortion,
That was
with the sheets. I mean, I felt like
Yeah.
I liked being there.
A little bit. Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I'm glad that you mentioned foreshadowing because she did a lot of it. Like there was a lot of metaphors and things that were kind of like, especially the sheets, because even when Vernice and Mrs. McHenry were like doing their lessons on house cleaning and stuff like that, and she was talking about how one of the most loving things you can do is prepare the sheets that your loved ones sleep on and stuff like that, and the fact that that's where Annie died on the sheets that Vernice had taken care of. And Bobo, I think Bobo was probably one of my favorite characters. Really, really love me some Bobo. And there's a scene where he has a cactus, and I think that cactus was Annie, the fact he liked taking care of a cactus, because he was just saying, like, the water, you need it, but it can kill you. And it was like the same thing with Annie, where she needed her mom's love, but ultimately ended up killing her.
That's messed up, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I think for Annie, it was, to me, it was like, oh my God. Like I felt like Bobo when she thought that her mom was dead and she came back. He was like, oh hell no, that's how I felt. I was like,
That scene. That scene was hilarious to me when he was
geez,
like,
come on.
he was like, why did you come back over here with this
Yeah.
mess?
Oh
Like
my
the guy who
gosh.
came. For the guy who comes back and he's like, okay, I lied to you. I was just trying to give you some closure, but your mom is actually still alive. And Bobo's like, I think that's when Bobo decided to leave.
Yeah,
He's like,
I
I'm
would've-
done. I'm done.
Yeah, that was drawn out to me too. I was like, I'm ready for her to be over it as well. In terms of like looking, but that's the thing is like, because what are you actually looking for? What do you think she's gonna give you that you don't already have? So like, what is?
But I've
Like,
also
how important
never
is
had
that?
my mom abandon me.
No, I haven't. You're right. I don't
I also
know. I
feel
don't know.
like I just knowing how important my mom is in my life.
She's
and
so
also,
lovely.
Yeah, she's lovely. And just how much I've taken her for granted in my life. Like every step of parenthood I get to,
have.
I appreciate my mom more, especially after having a daughter. Jeepers.
Oof.
I always feel
Oof,
like,
yeah.
sorry, Mom. That was, gosh, what a brat. Wow, how did you, okay. But it's like, that kind of thing of like appreciating even the Aunt Irene and Annie K's grandmother, trying to spell out to them like everything I've done for you. Like, I know you don't appreciate it and you wanted some more, but this was like my life's work. So I'm sorry it wasn't enough for you. But
Dang, and then when you put it like that, you're like, oh.
it's like, just the congregation. Like, that was something that was, kind of glossed over. But I think about the people who did put money in the basket so Vernice could go to Spelman. Like, this huge amount of love that it took them to get where they are. Even Annie K with, being not, still just kind of working in the nightlife. She still had, what was her baby doll?
Yeah.
Even baby doll pointed out, she was like, oh God, you can tell, somebody was taking care of you.
Yeah.
Because baby doll had a very different experience where she was just like, you know what? Moms aren't all they're cracked up to be.
Yeah, didn't her mom?
A trafficker.
Yeah, traffic.
For a hat.
Can you imagine?
Yeah.
But when you think about characters who seems like a real person, to me, Baby doll, she seemed like a real person.
I liked her.
Whereas other characters seem like characters in a book.
Ah.
Like there were these nuances
dimension.
where there were moments in the writing that were comical, like you're saying.
Yeah, for sure.
There's some funny, wonderful, real moments that you're like, oh, this feels real. And then at other times I was like, okay, I'm reading a book.
Yeah,
I'm reading a book, but certain characters were written in a way like Baby Doll showed growth to me.
her.
Showed
She did.
dimension, showed, this is from the moment you met her, like, okay, she's that girl. And then she really kind of grew into her,
Who she was, yeah.
and staying faithful to Clyde.
Why? We don't know, but
we don't. I didn't.
Clyde, who had
but
like
that
the
was
summer
that was
teeth.
realistic though.
Summer here, summer there.
yeah.
Apparently, I'm like, what did he have that everybody wanted?
Okay,
That Riz, girl.
I think I agree with you that probably the best part of the book is the brothel.
Oh my gosh, I'm like, could we have a spinoff of just like?
Every time, and
It was more
and-
interesting.
but also more foreshadowing though, because was it Lulabelle? She told her, "Don't come back here."
Yeah,
Nothing
you
good
come
happens,
back,
baby.
you come
She
back,
was
you're
like,
done.
"Don't come back here."
Yeah.
And then I was like, as soon as she ended up, because as soon as I found out that the book tells us that she's pregnant, I'm like, she's gonna end up going to Lulabelle. But first, she goes to Vernice, which is like makes sense. But it's also like, oh boy, that's not, because everybody told her, it's like, no, girl, this is South. Oh, because that was a fun part too. Like while they go to get her the medical care, the spot's raided, and they get called the N-word. And
You can't have a book in the South during Jim Crow without the N-word. Let's be real.
Everyone's been waiting for
We've been
that.
exactly. It's like, ding, you got it.
Rewarded hour 9.
Yes, with the N-word, you got it. You got it.
I mean,
Finally.
yeah,
man.
that was brutal. But yeah, I did put in my notes pimping, because Lulabelle was out here.
She definitely was. Well, so that's interesting that you said to me that she would be rewarded, because I was thinking about persistence versus like obsession, but maybe it is just the lens of where we're applying those things.
Well, the issue I have is efficacy.
Okay.
So she the reason why I considered her obsessed and not persistent is because she had the address and she took no action.
Yeah.
So she just ruminated about her mother. She really didn't want to meet her mother because she put an impossible metric of when the time is right, when I've accomplished something.
Right.
Then I will go and finally take action on this obsessive thought. So that's why I consider her to be a ruminator
versus
as a person, as opposed to somebody who actually takes action.
Yeah.
Like she even says she would have preferred to just stay at the whorehouse. She said that before they left.
Even
like,
left. Yeah, she didn't mind it.
right. So like, it's kind of
Baby doll was like,
But
you're
Baby
2
Doll was
seconds
like,
away from being a whore, lady. You might want to rethink that.
Annie was like, don't take that away from me. You know.
Yeah,
And,
she's like, I could be a hooker.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah,
right.
Yeah, Annie K.
You know what I mean? So I don't know. That's the difference to me between somebody who is goal oriented, is that they take steps every day to do it, rather than continuing to just serve at this bar hoping that she comes.
Right.
It's like, girl, go. You have the address.
And you're about to get fired too. It's like you're harassing the patrons.
Just
like,
Girl, that was so hard.
yeah. I could feel the awkwardness. It's like, we're trying to help you. Like, don't get me
I feel
fired.
bad for Baby doll. 'Cause
Yeah,
it's
real
like,
bad.
Have you ever been in a situation where you have a friend and you're like, girl, like, what are we even doing? Like, you're putting me in a bad situation to even be here. I mean, I want to help you, but also you got to help me help you, because this is getting bad. You know what I mean? Like, come on.
You're like, no, never.
She's like, I don't have friends like
got
that.
different problems.
Okay, right.
There's
But that's
problems.
Crazy.
They're
Not
different.
that one. Yeah, but it's just like, yeah, that's very much. But also too, to your point too, Kat, because I was thinking about like the kind of people we attract when we are, if we grew up in a situation where, you know, we don't have that maternal love or whatever, or it wasn't given directly from your mom. I do feel like sometimes you do tend to find yourself in relationships that maybe aren't as rewarding or reciprocal at times, because it's like
It's a self-esteem thing.
yes, because there was a quote in there, and of course I'm not gonna be able to find it in enough time for it to even make any sense, but there was a quote about people being well loved in the book that I really liked. Editing Kat, if you're up, I'm gonna find the timestamp and then maybe you can pipe it in.
Yeah. If you find the timestamp, I'll do whatever you want.
Okay. So, but yeah, I really liked it because it just made me think like, yeah, like when you're well loved, you don't really stick around. Like it's hard. It can be hard to relate to some of the things that people go through when it's like, I've always loved myself. Like I would never put myself in those kinds of situations. But how much privilege you have to be in that, and not everybody having that.
I call it good mom privilege.
Oh man, definitely.
It's a big one in life. It reminds me of, did you ever read Tina Fey's book, Bossy Pants?
No, I
That's a
haven't.
fun one.
I will read it.
That's
yes.
a good one.
I will check her out.
It goes somewhere. Don't worry.
No.
No, because you get to see like how she gets into, Saturday Night Live and stuff like that. But she was just talking about when working at SNL, you work with, if you can believe it, there were some toxic men that she was around.
I read Leslie Jones' book on that.
Ooh,
I gotta read hers.
I would love to read that.
And
Maybe come back for that one.
We will come back for that one, and we will talk about, as Leslie Jones says, motherfucking Jones.
Love her.
She's the best.
Okay,
I saw her at New York Fashion Week in February.
Oh, nice.
And we had a moment.
Y'all locked eyes?
Yes. So she was like, I see you.
But
You're
she had
beautiful.
a story from the SNL writers' room.
Oh, I bet.
Oh, well, no, I thought you said she had one.
Oh, all of them.
Oh, all of them.
She spilled all the tea in her book.
Yeah. Well, there was one in Tina Fey's book where she's talking about how one time one of the writers called her the C word.
Oh, okay.
And she was like, and she said she didn't go off. She didn't get mad or anything. She was like, no, you can't talk to me like that. My parents love me. And she just like, yeah, period, point blank.
That's
It's
beautiful.
like, it's like you're not going to be able to, we're not rolling with that one as a matter of fact. So yeah, that ends up, I guess to me, this was the reason like this book had me in a chokehold was because I am, as I'm going through life, seeing more and more the effect that bad parenting, especially bad mothering. I love how in the book they don't even talk about their daddies. Like daddy barely comes up. Like every once in a while they'll be like, oh yeah, I guess I did have a daddy. But it's like, no, like for Vernice, it's just entirely, she's like, I don't even talk to my daddy's people because this is just like crazy sauce. And then for Annie K, they might not even know. Like the way that they were, or maybe they did, and it was like maybe he was married. There was all these kind of things that were insinuated, but you never find out. But just what a huge impact that has on people as human beings. Because I think, like you said, every step I take in is in the fact that they tell stories about the day I was born. My family still to this day, every year on my birthday, was like, oh, we were just so happy the day you were born.
Being wanted?
Yeah.
That's the best. Before you were born, being wanted?
Yeah. Like, I'm surprised
Unbelievable.
they didn't have trumpeters and all this other stuff.
Yes.
Like, and especially for me, because for people who don't know, Kat is a miracle. They told my mom she couldn't have children. And then 6 years later, here I come. So it's like,
That's
everyone
beautiful.
was like really super duper excited.
Yeah.
So that I came, bursting into the world. And I'm like, I can't imagine being told like, I would have had an abortion, but it was outside the time limit. Like people who grow up being
So here
told
you
this.
are. It's like, oh my God.
Like, that would be quite the burden to labor under.
You know what's interesting to me is that as much as they searched for their mothers, they were not interested in creating a new bond with a child.
Oh gosh, no.
Wasn't that interesting?
Well, I think Vernice wanted kids, but
Vernice, she
was
really
she
wanted
said
to be
that.
a mom, but she
said
didn't.
that, right?
Yeah, you
but
didn't see
I
it.
thought it was very interesting, like, and even mothering that's like blended. Like they even mentioned, okay, Annie K could have the baby. I think was it Baby Doll that said that?
No, it was
you
somebody
have
at
the
the
baby
brothel.
and give it to
yeah,
Vernice.
Oh
Gibson
yeah,
girl.
yeah. When they were looking for
Gibson. Poor Gibson girl. But there was an opportunity to become a mother for both of them, and they weren't interested in it. And I just think it's interesting for people that yearned for that mothering. You know how sometimes like we say, oh, I just wish I had a daughter. Like for me, I have two boys, so that I can almost recreate that relationship that I had with my mother and keep that bond alive through, the haplogroup. Like this is mother to mother to mother. Like Rihanna says, like, oh, my mother's a black woman, my grandmother's a black woman. And when I give birth, I'm going to give birth to a black woman. Right. Yeah. And so there's that thing. And yet they were just like, Control, Alt, Delete. Like, I am not interested in this motherhood.
Oh, that's our timer.
Well,
That's our timer. Okay.
Well, edit that out because I want to respond to
Okay, go ahead.
yeah.
No, so I think maybe, so if you've not seen or like, it kind of goes back to the question of like, what are you chasing? Like sometimes you're telling yourself, you want to have this relationship, but then like you're actively working against it. So I don't know if that's, I don't know if that's because you're scared because like, you're like, okay, I don't have any real blueprint on how to do this. So even though you're not expressing that, like, oh, I'm scared of this experience because I don't know how I'm going to show up as a mom, or I'm scared, because there was even a line about like the apple falling from the tree. Something that Annie said, I think, after she technically died in the book. The movie. It was a movie.
Are they going to make it a movie?
I don't know.
I was casting it.
I
really was.
always do. I do that too. Do you cast
my gosh.
actors
Let's talk
into
about it.
roles?
What
I
it-
do that.
Okay,
Ew.
So many people don't
just
do
the people
that.
I like though.
I'm like, who are
Yeah,
you?
I'm like,
who are you thinking about?
yeah,
you know,
I do. I fan cast.
I don't know why I was picturing what, and this is, she's so beautiful. She was in, I'm picturing Annie as that beautiful. She's in, oh my gosh, I'm picturing it. The twins, the black movie.
Mari.
Guys. The black movie, the one with Michael B. Jordan. He was a twin. Sinners.
Okay.
The biggest movie of life
Annie
in the
that
last
movie?
year. Yes, yeah.
Oh.
I liked her as Annie. Maybe because her name was Annie. I was just
Okay.
picturing like because of the way they described how she was shaped up and stuff.
Okay.
You know, being like buxom and
Oh
like
wait,
brown
for
skin.
Baby Doll?
No, for Annie.
I thought Annie was skinny.
I thought Annie had hips and no butt and some boobs. That's how I read it.
Maybe. Okay, I had a picture.
And then Bernice was real skinny.
Bernice was skinny.
Yeah,
I
Bernice
guess they
was
were,
like-
I guess I pictured them both small, and I imagine Baby Doll as being really buxom, because that's who everybody was trying to get with.
Yeah, but she kept talking about how she had boobs and hips but no butt.
Okay.
So I was no shake to that. I don't know about her butt and stuff. But anyway, I was just picturing somebody looking like kind of like her as she got older.
Okay.
But for Vernice, who did I picture for her? I don't think I pictured her.
I
exactly.
cast her as Beyonce.
Oh.
Sorry, guys.
Dang, I certainly wasn't picturing
She
Beyonce.
said no reflection.
Right, okay, Beyonce.
Oh, we're kidding. We love you.
No, I mean just.
We're kidding.
Okay.
But you know what
We
it
joke.
is? Here's why. Is because here's what I can track with that, because Houston by way of Louisiana. Mm-hmm. So there is in the cadence and if you do the audio, they'll add the two actresses. There is
Oh,
a
they
cadence
did a great job too.
Yeah, they
that
did.
feels very similar.
And you have to know, for me,
To the way
I
they
love
speak.
Southern dialects. Like I'm obsessed with like Louisiana, Georgia, Tennessee. Love hearing them talk. I can't get enough of it. And probably for Baby Doll, I'd probably cast Jennifer Hudson.
Really?
Yeah.
Jennifer Hudson?
Wow.
I'm sorry.
Everyone's, it's nice to have
It was
somebody
my
to
brain.
disagree.
That is
This
so
was
interesting.
This was my brain movie.
Okay, your brain
Everybody got
movie.
to have
That's
their own
true.
brain movie.
It's true.
And that one was mine.
Okay, what about you?
I don't really.
Jennifer?
Everyone was, again, they weren't like that real to me.
Okay, so it's hard to picture.
Yeah, but I
Okay.
could feel like Janelle Monáe would be in the mix somewhere.
Oh, I'm glad you
Kind
said
of
Janelle Monáe too. 'Cause
Joette,
a lot
maybe?
of these,
I don't know, but I don't know.
yeah. Oh, she'd be
yeah.
great as Joette.
Right?
Yeah.
And she already on that?
Big
So,
time. And it reminds me a lot of. I know Moni hasn't seen it yet. Is God Is.
Oh, I saw
I haven't
okay.
seen it.
I loved Is God Is.
Okay, this
Didn't see
reminded
it.
me of that. Like this twisted
Really?
relationship with your absentee mom. Yeah.
But so much happened in Is God Is.
Sure. I mean,
Because it was like a throwback to the blaxploitation, almost like Tarantino revenge films. Like they took revenge.
fewer characters too. So you have more
Yeah.
time to get
They
into
wanted to get
everyone's
revenge.
story. Yeah, it was.
Satisfying.
It was.
It was so
it
good. I love
really
revenge.
good. I
Haven't
need
seen
to
it
see
yet.
it again.
I love revenge
And I'd like
films.
to see it performed live because it's like a play. So I'd love to
Really?
see. Yeah, I think it's based on a play.
Vivica got down in that.
Okay,
movie.
yeah. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
That was pretty good. But yeah, Janelle Monáe would be a good Joette for sure.
Well, Vivica for Lulabelle or with the
Lulabelle,
yeah,
yeah.
for the whorehouse.
Ooh.
Or the madam, I guess.
Yeah, madam.
I don't know. I'm not using the word pimp though. It's like, let's just call it what it is. She's like, and I liked Baby Doll for calling that out too.
Yeah.
She was like, I know a pimp when I see one because my mama
I've
was
been
a
around.
pimp.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it was like, yeah, and I don't like them. So
Because she was like, do my hair, undo my hair.
yeah, just all that kind
Right?
of stuff.
That was like,
Weird. But that's what I'm saying. Like, you're putting yourself in a position to be taken advantage of because you're looking for something. And I think that's sad because we do know people like that where it's like, dang,
interesting.
like you don't, like you're willing to just be this person's, pet, basically. Yeah.
Sorry.
No.
Sorry,
does-
forgive the
no, for
language.
Pimping is a real thing. It comes up all the time.
but the
in
thing
the
that
show.
y'all love the most about the book we haven't talked about and we can do at some point, but was the bond, the cradle bond,
The Cradle
It was
Friends.
sweet.
the cradle
Okay,
friend.
well, let's talk about that after the break.
Okay,
Can we?
cliffhanger.
Sure.
All right.
Cliffhanger, guys. We'll be right back. Okay, guys, so welcome back from the break. We always have the best conversations when we're not actually on the mic. But let's
We
get
figured
into...
out why Jennifer doesn't like the book.
we did. We kind of got to the bottom of it.
We figured it out.
Tell me.
Because, you were just sharing that, like, you feel like some of the best stories in your mind are ones that create tension. And
Yes.
it's something you're really great at and why, your brand is so successful. So, like, when you're, observing a story and you're like, okay, what was the tension? Just that, okay, you're motherless and you wanted to find your mom. Like, you needed kind of more to sink your teeth into. And so Kat made the observation that it was more of a tragedy or...
It's what happens when the hero journey doesn't happen.
Yeah.
When you don't heed the call to action,
Yeah.
if you don't do the arc, this is what happens, and it all ends in
Let's
tears.
do it then.
What?
Let's create. Okay, so in your mind,
Oh,
Jennifer,
rewrite the book.
Let's rewrite it.
Oh,
Like you're a writer.
yeah.
So okay, so for Bernice's character, what do you feel like her hero's journey should have been? Like, what was her call to action? What do you think?
I would have loved to see her have a conversation with her aunts about her sexuality.
Oh, right. We didn't even talk about the aunties.
Right? The aunties that
godmothers.
dropped her off at college,
Yeah.
that stepped in the gap, that said, could we raise you? Sure, but we don't want to.
Who let you know Spelman was a possibility.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they had gone there and they openly talked about their love in the car
Yeah.
on the way there. I think that's part of the journey is asking the questions that were not said.
Yeah.
She had an example of a love that worked. Like she saw.
She didn't seem interested.
and
She was like, "Who am I supposed to be? Them? These yahoos?"
And
It
what
was
was-
almost
and
like
what
she
was
looked
that
down
about?
on it.
And what
I
was
think
that
it's
about?
respectability politics,
Is it
man.
shame?
And shame, both.
Well, you can't have respectability politics
Without
and
shame.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, you
Yeah.
gotta
Like
have both of them.
her full on shame. So that's what if I were to
Yeah.
rewrite it, there would be a moment where she either has to claim or not claim, which could be interesting, or a conversation. Or my aunts came back to visit before Thanksgiving and they recognized what was
They
going
saw
on
it.
with
They
Joette.
peeped it. Yeah.
And, a moment where maybe the conversation happens or it doesn't, but we know the aunts know. And she's,
Okay.
and I think the other thing that you brought up that triggered is this concept of passing.
Oh yeah, that came up a bunch.
That came up a lot, and I think that sexually, maybe that's what we were looking at, is someone who's also passing.
Yeah, because it happens all the
Right?
time.
And she was also passing as a civil rights activist.
Yeah, she was. That was kind of. She let that happen.
Then to me, that was just
The
kind of
the grift of that
It
was,
was just
kind of.
It was just showing this is kind of her personality. Like I'll just go along with.
And that's what I'm saying when you're not choosing it for yourself. I think to her point, to Jennifer's point, like, yeah, like it is a more interesting and compelling full circle self-actualization when, especially because college is supposed to be where you find yourself. But I think in the setting of, that and her wanting so bad to be a part of a family, she was willing to give herself up. So like, what is the cost for living an authentic life or a respectable life?
Yeah, it's
like you get
costly.
to choose.
Well, and she also tried to be like, I'm not gay. I just like Joette.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Oh,
I think,
yeah, for sure.
I think that's the other interesting part of it is she's like, I don't want the
I like
identity.
that.
I just wanted that person, which we respect too.
Yeah.
But it was not really gone
I gotcha,
into.
yeah.
Because to me, I'm like, if you sleeping with your roommate, we got to hear a little bit more about
Right.
the thought.
The inner
Again, we don't
workings
need
of
to know
it.
like, the
Well,
technical stuff.
we had a little
but why
bit of
not?
that,
You know.
yeah.
But I just wanted the tea on that. I just wanted a little bit more. So that's something.
like that.
What about you? What would you consider to change or
To turn it from a tragedy into like a hero's journey.
or to enrich the story? As readers, we read the story and then we think of hypotheticals. So we're
Sure.
not knocking the work, but what would you consider?
I see. For me, since I like the book, I wouldn't change anything.
wouldn't change
I feel like this is a parable about what can happen when, like I said, you don't live your authentic life, or you decide to be consumed with your obsession because you've had it as long as you've had your cradle friend. Like you feel like giving up that hurt, giving up that will be like losing a part of you.
Like it's your identity. It was like her whole
That
personality.
was her Achilles heel.
That was it.
That was
yeah.
her whole thing. So I would probably, I don't know that I would necessarily change anything, but I would have liked, I guess I would have liked a little more clarification about Vernice, but I think maybe the point was she didn't even know. So
She certainly didn't know.
interested.
Yeah,
She didn't care
she
either.
didn't even
Yeah,
know.
she was like,
I might have liked to know how things went because weirdly enough, I liked Franklin. I thought Franklin was, he wasn't a huge part of the book, but he was a very interesting character to me.
Did you feel like there was kind of his mother alluded to the fact that she knew that Vernice had been with Joette?
Oh yeah, she said
remember
I
that?
know
I
everything.
think so.
She
Yeah.
kind of was
Yeah,
like,
she
I know
said,
everything.
I know everything.
Yeah.
And I know also, to
'Cause
me, there
because
was a
that
few
was-
little homoerotic moments with the mother. To me, it was a little more. It wasn't like
Them
it was
two
it was,
sitting
it
and
was yes, it was more than mothering. I was kind of like, what is she? Is mothering, but I don't know. I was trying to figure out where
Interesting.
we
I didn't go there, but I just thought
where are
like
we going with this?
she's not your girlfriend. Like I
It
felt
was,
like
it was a there was a boundary issue.
yeah,
there.
for sure.
I didn't know.
I can say that. I
I
can say
think
that.
What was
what's
gonna
her name? What
happen?
is Mrs. McHenry?
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
liked control. She was a control enthusiast, and she saw in Vernice someone she could control.
For sure.
When they had the matching gingham on.
Yeah,
That was so gross.
That was weird.
Yeah.
But I think for both of them,
gross.
it filled the need because I think Mrs. McHenry always wanted a daughter, and Vernice always wanted a mother. So there were these two like really messed up puzzle pieces that fit.
I see that. I see
And I think that's why for the both of them, because I wonder if she would have married Franklin if it wasn't for Mrs. McHenry. Like if aside from the fact that it was an
she
arranged
handed that man
marriage
to
for the
him.
most-
Yeah, I mean, I don't.
but
I
like
don't know.
if he didn't like if that wasn't a part of it, that was also the thing that got to me too was when they're looking at the blueprints for the house and seeing she wasn't getting her sunroom yet. And she's just kind of learning like this life isn't going to be what you think it is.
Did you
never
sense
is.
some kind of, again, reference to domestic violence with that? Because her husband, she was like, oh, the way that the mouth twitched, and then the way that she moved, and then like to me, it was like you're going
she
too
be getting
far.
her butt kicked. Yeah.
Well, you're going too far. Like you're crossing the line. Like don't make
rock
her
the
think
boat.
that she can get this.
This
soon.
is 20 years. Yeah, he was like,
Yeah.
this is after some kids and stuff. Slow
Right.
your roll. Like,
you know.
yeah.
But it was that exchange was.
But it was a little
policing.
gaslighting. To me, it was
Something was
gaslighting
weird,
because she was
right?
like, well, I
Like-
know I said I wanted one and you said you were going to get it. And now I'm being told, like, oh, silly girl, you can't get a sunroom already. And it's like,
First things first, have
things
this baby.
first, you gotta put in this pound of flesh first. And it's like, and I guess to me, it was kind of insinuated that they were having trouble conceiving.
Yes,
Yeah, for
absolutely.
sure.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
so that was kind of, yeah.
I don't know, guys. For me, I feel like overall the book was, like you said, a cautionary tale. I do think that there are people out there. I feel like this probably resonates more for people who maybe if you've been in that space, you know what I mean? In terms of like, looking for something. But I guess I just like you a little bit. I found myself like, what are they actually chasing? Maybe because in real life, at my big age, I know that like, even just say for instance. Like if you're trying to, like you were doing your Stooge challenge, your 365 days of like I'm trying to get on the Pat McAfee show,
Yeah.
which I had to like look up. Do I know? Because I know I heard it. I'm so not the sports girl.
No, it's totally fine.
And I was like, okay, yeah, I've seen him before. He's not real polished. Like he's not like a
That's the
sports
that's the whole
personality.
thing.
Yeah, like that's the whole thing. And you're spending a year putting out content. Like specifically going toward this goal. And I feel like, I don't know, for people who've never really put themselves out there because I mean, think about it. I mean, because to my knowledge, he's not reached out to at this point.
No, they haven't. The show hasn't responded.
Right, which is, like you say, it could be a good or a bad thing. They haven't
Which
said,
is
please go
wonderful.
sit down somewhere.
What
yeah.
a gift that they can take a joke.
Yeah, I love that. Right, because some people
Because I'm
can't.
acting just like them.
Yeah, that's perfect.
So if they don't like it, then like,
it's like this is a
What does that say
reflection of
about
you.
you?
Exactly.
what does it mean?
What does it actually mean? But I think like when we have stories that aren't or people who aren't in a space where they've done any sort of like, I don't think that they were, in this story, you don't really see people. Like you said, that's a missed opportunity in terms of the aunts. You know, they were going down a path that Vernice maybe could have gone down, but didn't explore it.
Yeah.
But it's like you not knowing what's on the other side of it's not stopping you from doing it. Whereas I think some people, like, not having like certainties about how things are gonna turn out, maybe you're not like, you're like, okay, whether it's intentionally or unintentionally. Like if I want to become famous, I really don't know what that looks like. You can say you want fame, but then like the reality of what that is, like, is that really what you want?
Yeah.
So really it starts with like knowing what you want. I don't think anybody really knew.
I feel like Vernice knew. And she disposed of everybody who didn't get her where she was going.
Like Beyonce.
Wow. Dang.
But you
okay.
like Vernice was savage.
Yeah.
She was, but I just
That
feel
was
like
savage the way she
Yeah,
just
she
Joette,
did.
you
And
gone.
that's why I
Yeah.
think Mrs. McHenry noticed
Liked
that
it.
too. She was like,
She's like, this is me.
It
This is
takes
my
a
girl.
lot to dig out of the mud. Like we come from like
She wanted to
sunflower
ascend.
and
She wanted to
honeysuckle, and
ascend.
it's not an easy thing. Like soft life is really hard to pull off.
Mm.
So you gotta do that. But
is that what she really wanted? Like you said, we didn't hear enough of her internal dialogue to know.
even
Was she
know.
just like, I want to play this character because I'm not willing to do the work of figuring out? Because that's hard. Like really
Yeah.
digging and figuring out.
Right.
Because living authentically can look messy as hell, and it doesn't end
work.
in
Right.
what we look like as success. Because maybe she looked at her aunties like, that don't seem successful. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to be like.
she was embarrassed of the one.
She was super embarrassed.
Yeah.
Like so, it's just
It's like, oh, what's she about to say?
But yeah, she was doing everything she wanted, but it was just kind of sad. Though.
Now, I will say that because this was a tragedy, so Kat did cry. I shed a couple thug tears when Annie died. 'Cause I was like singing that song from Set It Off, Missing You. I was like, because remember the Set It Off when everybody died?
I mean,
and your friends
I
died?
do, but not like
That part made me cry. And that's what I was thinking too, because I was like, oh,
Thug
my
tears, I'm dead.
yeah, I was like, I could cry right now thinking about it. It was so sad because it's like, this is your cradle friend. She was like, didn't nobody in the world know me like this. And so it's
But
like.
it doesn't have to be like, that's what I was thinking. It doesn't have to be like that. You refuse to show yourself. And I think that's what
didn't even tell her friend.
Joette
She
was
had
trying
to
to tell
hear
her.
from
Like,
Joette.
And her
yeah.
husband, even her husband was like, girl, I know you be going somewhere else.
Yeah,
And
that's what I'm
he's
saying. Like, that's to me,
you
that's
seem
the real
happy
tragedy
enough.
is that like you think that what you want is this life, but really you're playing yourself because authenticity in the end is what makes you feel fulfilled. You know what I mean? Like being able to show up and not have to have some weird secret between you and your husband, really knowing who you are or whatever. Like that's why I like you. Like I don't have to pretend.
No.
You know, and most of my friendships, that's what I'm looking for. Like I think that's the hardest part about like maybe even like media spaces or you know, those the trajectory of like fame or whatever we look notoriety is that like, you know, you're becoming a character and it sometimes it's part of who you are. You know, maybe you're playing up certain aspects of your personality, like I'm sure you're doing. Because that's part of it, but it's like, is this fulfilling though? Like, what if it really felt like it was taken away from who you were? Like, I don't think I could do it if I felt like it was like literally sucking the life out of me.
Yeah,
Like there
yeah.
has to be.
For my journey, and the specificity of like 2 years of quests.
Yes, which
is
is awesome.
Yeah, you're so kind. Is strategic. It's
Yeah.
very intentional. You know, I read books on it. And can I anticipate everybody else's behavior? No. But at the same time, what I look at is loss. What do I have to lose from this situation? And when you live in the middle of nowhere and you're ambitious and you have dreams, there is nothing to lose.
Amen.
So that's why I put myself out there in various forms and different types of get-ups and clothing and, and skits and stunts and pranks, because it's like, you know, since I belong nowhere, I'm going to be everywhere.
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
That was a bar.
That
I
was a
don't,
bar.
you know? Clip it. So many, like, you're going to see
I
me
like
everywhere.
that. Yeah.
Because I don't belong. And I think that kind of bringing it back to this book is they associated having a mother as belonging.
Yeah.
And I think that's accurate. You know, I belong with my mother. But at the same time, you know, when it comes to this world.
Yeah, because what is kin? I mean, like,
Right.
again, like, it's the idea that we can create family everywhere we go.
It
It's
is
our
interesting.
community, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, cradle friend, but then you still don't want to tell your cradle friend about.
Yeah, she
Joette.
didn't tell her, yeah.
Well, she ended up finding out though, right?
From Joette.
From Joette, that's right. Well, because she said she had another romance, but she wouldn't say it was a girl.
It wasn't real specific.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's so you're saying she's the only one that knew you, but really, I mean, like, she kind of, I don't know, does anybody ever really know you?
anybody?
I feel like Joette knew her the most.
Yeah,
'cause
for
she saw
sure.
those true colors.
For sure.
And she
let
was
her
like,
guard
that's
down.
who she is. And she still loved her,
Yeah.
knowing how she was. That's some unconditional.
Yeah. It is. It is. It's for sure. It's a dangerous business, this love thing, man. I tell you, you never know. You put yourself out there. So, anything else about the book that you want to share, Kit Kat? Is there any
just the
points
rating.
and stuff? You want to rate the book?
Yeah,
All
I'm
right,
ready
let's
to
rate it.
rate
So, out of
it.
5, Kat, you
I'm
start.
giving it 5 out of 5 pecan pralines.
Okay.
Like,
I
to me,
it.
this was just Southern fried, delicious tragedy.
Excellent. Should I?
Yeah, I'll give it a 3 out of 5.
Okay.
This is your rating.
Yeah, I'm about to
You're
do it.
free with
I'm
color.
gonna do it.
You sure are.
I love it. No, I'll give it a 3 out of 5 because of the clout that so many people love it, that this is just a fit thing
Okay.
for me. So I'll give it a 3.5 out of 5.
Okay. I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. What am I give it? Hate to be gross, but I guess bloody sheets, man.
Yikes.
I mean,
Blood
we're just
clots,
gonna get
y'all.
into it. Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Listen, they showed up. There's more than
yeah,
one.
for
so,
sure.
Yeah. And
Definitely.
I think it's great. Thank you for being honest and for your
for
candor.
sure. I
Because
love that.
because
I
it's
love
not
that.
it's not gonna be just you. Like, I have
Somebody's
to
gonna
believe
be-
it's
I don't
not
know.
just the.
it always seems
There's gonna
like
be
that.
somebody in the comments who are like, "Oh my God, I'm glad somebody else said it because I did not see it for this." Because you know what? We just did Doubt. Have you ever seen the movie Doubt?
It's old, but
Okay,
good.
did you like that?
Oh, it is a haunting film.
Okay,
loved
yes.
it.
Okay,
It is
so
haunting.
Mindy Kaling, one of our authors we read, love Mindy, and BJ Novak, because they're both really close and stuff like that. Famously, BJ Novak hated Doubt. He
Yeah.
was like, it was boring. It didn't go anywhere. And she was so mad at him. She was like, how could you not like this? And it was like their whole back and forth. But I was like, I was like, well, I guess you can't like everything. Like,
It's
Yeah.
true, you can't. That's okay.
I also think that
You
would be
might as
more
well say it, girl. You might as
oh
well
boy, here
say
she
it.
goes, y'all. Brace yourself.
when a
might as well
novel's
say it.
written in the past, I do think it's hard for white critics to say what they think
Oh, yeah, that's true.
without getting canceled.
Yeah.
Oh.
I
Well,
think
and
that.
Probably.
And sometimes
I think
that's and because that was just like
I could
when
be
they
wrong.
did Harlem Nights because that like got dragged, critics wise.
Yeah.
But like it
White people loved
aged
it.
really well.
Yeah.
Like I still
Right.
go back
Loved
and
it,
watch
yeah.
that. And I'm like, I don't know, y'all. This is a pretty good film.
I do think it's hard to come up against a book that has so much clout, like whoever critics are, however they get their career, and say, I
don't
hate
know
it.
about
I
that.
hated it.
But I
Yeah.
think you should be able to read a piece of art or take in a piece of art and give a real...
And say it's not for me
Yeah,
or
like what's
whatever,
wrong with
yeah.
that? There's so many different stories
Because the
out
respect
there.
is there. I mean,
Yeah.
could I ever write a book like that? No.
Oh
But
my
as
gosh!
a reader,
you
it's
should,
like,
there was
absolutely.
a book, Sex with Kings, that I loved, and Moni was like,
I'll have to
two
check it
thumbs
out.
down.
I'll have to
You
check
would
this out.
It's just a
I was like, oh,
story.
no.
It's a history text. It was a history like sex tabloid.
Oh,
like
wow.
to me, that was awesome.
Yeah, I was like, oh my gosh, no.
No, yeah, it wasn't.
They all seem like they were smelly and gross. I was like, I don't want to think about
To
these
me,
people
that
having
was
sex.
hilarious.
Disgusting. Ew.
Well, to me, I like the juxtaposition because you always just see like the Bridgerton of it all. It's
like, you know they stunk.
And it's like, no, these were some hoes.
They were-
Y'all need to
right,
know.
some straight up
Y'all need to know.
funny.
It wasn't any different back then than it is right now.
I mean, when you put it like that, it sounds super entertaining, but I was just like, I don't know,
So
you
yes,
guys.
I appreciate you for one coming on here and spending time with us and giving your real opinions and reading the book.
Oh, yeah,
so
that
many
doesn't
people,
happen all the time.
yeah, people a lot of times don't read a book.
Oh, I'm a rule follower, despite
that.
breaking all of the rules in the last 2 years.
Yeah.
I love that.
At my core, I'm very much a rule follower. So this book was gonna get read.
Yeah, I
for
love,
sure.
love that. So that makes me think, so as we wrap this up, I'm going to give you a chance to, talk about anything that you want our listeners to know about. You're finishing up your second challenge, so just briefly describe really quick that first challenge that I kind of dusted over, the Stooge challenge, and then also your stage challenge that you're doing now. Yeah.
For sure. So for 365 days, I worked to land on the biggest bro sports show in the world. They are on ESPN every day. The show runs for 3 hours, 2 hours on ESPN.
Long show.
Yeah, and the third hour it's simultaneously broadcast on YouTube. Okay. And so for those that aren't aware, that brand's going to make $60 million a year. They are a real substantial A-list show. Mm-hmm. And they film in our hometown here in Indianapolis. So that is why I chose that show.
I just learned that.
And proximity. The awkward truth also about that show is that there's, I don't know if there's ever been a Black woman that's a contributor to the show. Maybe there has been. Tag them if that's you. But because of that awkward truth, I decided to just go for it and say, you know what? Why not me? Why not now? So that 365-day Stooge Quest, they call themselves Stooges on the show. Mm-hmm. That included stunts, pranks, skits, some of the most outlandish content you've ever seen.
The suit was out of, I said, okay, she's silly. I like her.
The whole thing is just beyond wild. And then season 2 of 365 days was 100 stages in a full year.
I love that.
And we'll hit that on August 26th.
Yay, that's coming up.
So if people want to stay connected with me, like LinkedIn, Instagram, that's the spot. If you're here locally, I have a lavish lunch, which is like a 3-course meal. It's like a wedding. Yeah, it's extra.
Food? What's this?
Yeah, right, we love to eat.
I'll have to send you the link. Please, it always sells out. It's year 3, and it's kind of like a wedding without a bride or a groom or a groom or a groom.
That's the best part.
It's just the food.
The fun part.
Yes. It is during the day. Okay. And it's technically a networking event, so you can write it off for your taxes.
I love that.
So, yes, it's going to be really fun.
What's going on the 26th?
The 26th is the sold-out stage where I'm going to be on Patrick from Conversation Piece Podcast. And it'll be at Draft Collective, and Tinker Street is catering. Yeah. I don't play. If I'm going to have an event, I'm just going to sell out. But this is his show, but we worked hard to sell that out. And then there's 80 spots with the lunch.
Cool. Beautiful. Yeah, I love that. See, that's what I'm talking about. I love that energy.
I
also like the idea of like you reinventing yourself over time. You know what I mean? Just in terms of like, going from a collegiate athlete to a coach to a business owner to a writer, all of those things. And then now you're saying, a Midwest melanated mom, all of those beautiful things. And I do think it speaks to, just how our stories are really beautiful. We always love when people come on and share their stories with us. I am, like I said, I'm a fan now because I didn't. I mean, like, honestly, I was like, how did I miss all? For one, I'm a busy mom, but I feel like I can't even say that because you literally have kids the same age. And it's like you're out here doing 365. I can barely log on to Instagram.
No, I will be off of Instagram for a little while after Fashion Week probably, but yeah.
Yeah. So just kudos to you because that's a lot of work. I mean, we know as content creators.
It is. Well, yeah, the work includes like a t-shirt cannon, a mobile billboard, a campaign yard signs, the Naked Cowboy. I mean, creating 3 fake shows to get on one real show.
Yes.
With full seasons of those shows. So these are very elaborate pieces of content, just from your phone.
But what I love also too is that again, like that journey of like becoming, like here's your objective. You're trying to get on Pat McAfee, but in the meantime, you're now a host. You are now a comedian. Now,
I didn't see that part coming.
That's what I'm saying. Show. It's so awesome. I think our podcast has done that too because it's like it was something I just wanted to do with my friend, and then it's like we get to meet people like you. Like we've collaborated with a lot of people. So I think that is the funnest part about the journey, the stuff that you don't write in the story, but that unfolds as you're living the story. So I think you're a really great example of that.
Oh, that's fine.
And so. Did you actually say your handles? They'll be in the show notes, guys. If you're looking for Jennifer Magley, all of her information will be in our show notes. I feel like we always like to do, guys. I want to encourage you, go out there and do the things you love and love what you do.
Because your body belongs to you.
Amen. And have some fun with it. Read some books and check out Jennifer Magley. Thank you so much for being here. We appreciate you.
Thank you all. I love what you all do.
Thank you. We appreciate you guys. Bye. See you next time. Peace. Before we go, we must give thanks to Urban Nerd for providing our music, and legal services were handled by Trezanae M. Atkins. If you like what you heard, please feel free to join us every Wednesday for another fake-ass book club. Cheers.
Thank you guys for listening. You can check us out at thefabpodcast.com. Please subscribe, rate, and review our podcast wherever you're listening right now. We want to hear from you. Come put it in our life. Thanks again, and until next time, peace, love, and the Fake Ass Book Club. We out.
Yeah. You're going to go check and make sure that's still recording?
I am.
You should. You should.
Well,
Because it
for
could
being
cut off.
open to my different interpretations.
No, you know what was so funny? Like one of my favorite episodes was one we had a local comedian, and he's on Miss Pat's podcast. You know Miss Pat, right?
Deion Cole. Okay.
Not Deion Cole.
Not Deion Cole. I'm sorry. Deion Curry.
I'm about
I
to
don't
say,
know.
girl,
Like
we don't know him.
Deion Cole is like
know
a
him.
big
He's
one.
hilarious.
Yeah.
No, ma'am. No, I'm
I
like.
haven't met him. Did he read a book?
Yes.
So it was a book he had read in the past, so he recommended
I saw a
it.
clip of that.
Did you?
Yes.
Oh, Kat hated the book. You should get this. I mean, you might be using this
That
for
is
later,
so
friend.
funny.
Oh, you're right.
But she hated the book
So bad.
He loved the
What was the
book,
book?
and I thought
Milk
it
in
was
My
funny.
Coffee. It was an
I
Eric
haven't
Jerome
read it.
Dickey
Jerome
I
Dickey book.
haven't read it.
You wouldn't like it.
Have you ever read any of his stuff, Eric Jerome Dickey?
No, what is the?
You would not like
what's
it,
the
friend.
genre?
You
What's the
would hate
genre?
it.
Urban fiction.
Okay.
90s urban fiction.
You know the issue I have with some of these like niche is that they come off as YA. They come off as young adults.
Yeah.
It was, and like
And
I said,
that's
you
where
read
I
it
get
in
a
high
little,
school.
like,
It's
yeah.
not sophisticated.
Some young
It's
adult.
bordering on misogynistic.
Really
To me.
fascinating.
So,
Me.
Well, if you ever need to disrupt your back,
and also,
I will always
you got
tell you.
that?
yeah.
It's like, how do I say it's just a triumphant book. It's celebrated. It's amazing.
No,
but
we
at
had
the
to
same
do that
time, I'm like,
recently.
yeah.
First of all,
good.
Everett, have you read any of his stuff?
Is this what is it called? The
Erasure.
Erasure.
American Fiction.
American Fiction was the movie that they
Okay,
did with
I saw
Erica
I saw the
Alexander.
movie. Okay,
So the book was Erasure. We did that, but we also did his book Trees, which
Oh God.
we had to both be like, I don't get it. It was like it was so well celebrated. People
It was
were
a
like the
revenge
last
story,
line.
technically.
It was a revenge story. People kept saying the last line was genius. I was like,
I felt dumb. I didn't know.
I was like, I don't get it. It was like I disliked it, but it was about the history of lynching in America. So, that's
festive. We get into some real festive things.
But the thing, I got to find the name of this trend where you read the book and nothing happens. This is happening in the Reese Witherspoon. And when I say nothing happens, there's no like the time is running out. There's no tension.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So the tension was, I'm going to find my mom. Well, you know where she is.
Like, just go see her already. That's so funny to me, though, because thinking about, I don't know you, but like just from reading about you, seeing you do interviews, knowing like what you've accomplished, like obviously that would seem like that to you in my mind. Because it's like
tension. That's what sold out my comedy special.
Yeah.
My comedy special sold out because I created tension for a year.
Yes.
So that people are like,
what happened?
What's going to happen?
I do want to talk about that more specifically too.
Yeah, there's no tension. I feel like there's no sale, there's no motion.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's
okay.
There are other books that are really develop the character.
That get you there, yeah.
You know, like you mentioned, Color Purple, you're like, oh, damn. Like,
Stuff happens.
she rose up against her abuser and she,
It's a full circle. Yeah, like you said, like the...
There's an arc.
Yeah.
There's a hero's arc.
The hero's journey was not
This one
there,
was more like, when are they going to...
It's what happens when you don't do the hero's journey.
When they going to reflect?
It was just... Yeah.
It's like I'm going to reject this call to action.
Yeah.
I'm
gonna reject this
why do people love that though? That's what I'm curious. Are they thinking
'cause
about
it's a
somebody
tragedy.
else?
I think
because
this is an American. This is a tragedy. This isn't. This is an American Gothic, or not American. It is an American Gothic. It's a Southern American Gothic for sure.
Because there's the ghost.
Yeah, yeah. So it's and I think that let's come back from the break.
Yeah,
right. That's just to make sure
We're still doing
things
the
aren't
book
falling
club.
apart. Okay.
this is when it got really good.
Okay.
Right?
Everything.